Let's get the energy going, the atmosphere going. Let's get the vibe right. So we're all comfortable and ready to go on this journey. So welcome, Brother Abdul Hakim.
And warm welcome to you and to everybody who is on the line. And
Greetings.
Welcome, brother.
very good. Greetings, everybody. It is indeed an honor and a privilege to be blessed, to be alive and well and in good health in 2022. A big shout out to all of you who were blessed to make it through 2020 and 2021 and be given another opportunity in 2022 to justify the precious life that we have been given. So I'm not going to say happy new 2022 to anybody. I'm going to wish you God's peace, and I'm going to wish you all the prosperity that you're willing to go out and to seize. I'm going to wish you well to achieve all of the prosperity that you would have deserved if you're willing to go out and seize it and take advantage of various opportunities, as Brother Basil said a couple of weeks ago, in the lifetime of the opportunity. Because opportunities, they don't come around all of the time. They come around, and when they do, you've got to be ready to go. And I remember in the memoirs, I think it was, of Maggie Thatcher, who was the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Many people saw her as a racist and different things, but I didn't quite see her that way, because she was a lady who offered our grandparents and our parents the opportunity here in the UK to buy their own home. And as a result of being able to buy property that our parents were renting from the government, it gave many of our people enough equity to sell those homes and return back to the Caribbean and return back to the motherland, or to pass the asset on to their children. She said something very significant in her memoirs, and that was the way how she defined luck. She defined luck as seizing opportunity with readiness. That means when an opportunity presents itself to you, if you're not ready, then you'll never be able to take advantage of the opportunity. It will come and it will go, and you will reflect and you will get miserable. Because you will say to yourself, I had the opportunity, man, I remember. And your life will be a consistent flow of, man, I remember. Do you remember? Do you remember? Where you're living life in reverse, where you reflect on all of the opportunities that came your way, but you lack the foresight to see the value in it. I was speaking to a highly placed man early this year, last week. The year's only a week old, but just early last week. And he said to me, because his family is heavily involved in tokenization, where they actually draw up white papers and launch new cryptocurrencies. And he said to me that he'll be in touch soon because he's planning to launch a crypto mortgage business this year in 2022. And he just left it there. He didn't go into any detail. And I said, sounds interesting. Acquiring a mortgage through cryptocurrency. That's a first. That's the first time I heard of that. So when we looked at it a bit deeper, it went into the video that we showed you earlier, was showing you how realtors, real estate agents we call them in the UK, are actually already doing this, have planned it out and are executing on purchasing property with cryptocurrency and structuring it in a way that they are working hard to eliminate banking institutions. And I always used to wonder, why were the banks so opposed? If you go on a crypto exchange, and my very special guest will go into all of this later, when you go into a crypto exchange and you want to send some of your money from your bank account to purchase some crypto, some of your banks will refuse outright to make the transaction. You can't use your credit card from that bank, you can't use your debit card. They refuse outright. And some of them will even close your account as if it's an affront to them that you would like to invest your money in a way that you see fit. That means most of our banks treat us like children. So they don't even allow us to exercise the freedom of choice with our own money. To me, that is utterly and totally disgraceful. But we have someone with us today who's going to explain all of this, because sometimes as a people, you know, we're given the best opportunities, but because we're very slow and sometimes very skeptical, we wait until everybody else goes before us, and then we see value after the life has been taken out of the opportunity. So on the Spiritual Injection platform, we intend to not just share with you very topical and important information, but we intend to use our platform to educate those of you on the line in financial literacy, because most of us, we are not financially literate. And our courses are designed to teach in a day, in a couple of days, when we relaunch our master classes at the end of the month, that which it would take months for you to learn. And the reason why sometimes it takes, or many courses are stretched over an inordinate length of time, is because the person teaching you is not accustomed to the way how you think and the way how you learn. When I was at school, I remember some of my teachers used to take forever to teach simple things. And I was ready to learn in seconds, but the long scenic route that they would take to express real simple truths, if they were put in the right way, was a bit too much for me to be able to tolerate. So therefore, you know, when you come up in institutions like that, and then you meet people who just like to waffle, you know, you become very impatient, and your point is, or what you emphasize to them is, get to the point. Because we can handle the point. We don't need to build up to it, just get to it. Because we're ready for it. And we pride ourselves in bringing people on our platform who know how to make the point that resonates with the way how our brains have been created and the way how our brains are wired. So it gives me great pleasure today to introduce to you and represent to others our great sister, Victoria Walker, who is indeed a seven-figure trader. You know, she's not just here just speaking about things that she's not involved in every day. She's a seven-figure trader. So therefore, anything you want to know within reason about this space, we have brought her back on to really help us this year to drill down into these areas where we're not just, you know, gonna agree whilst we're hearing, but she's gonna walk us through the steps through our master classes, and also give us a flavor of what some of these very major areas are. What is NFTs? What is the metaverse? What really is the blockchain? What is, you know, a crypto exchange? What are these things? Because we need to understand them, and don't ever think for a moment that the world is going backwards in technology. We'll never go back to sending faxes. We'll never go back to using typewriters. We will never go back to Polaroid cameras. There are so many things we just will never go back to. We won't go back to rotary telephones. You know, they pulled down the analog exchange here in the United Kingdom. So therefore, if you want to communicate, it has to be digital here in the UK. So don't ever think about getting into the Stone Age and reflecting on what you call the good old days. No, they were good for those days, but not good for today, nor are they good for tomorrow. So get a grip. We can either be the ones who are the architects of the future, or we can be those who are sitting around waiting for things to go back to the way how they were.